Latency is often represented in milliseconds. It's a very small time delay. Okay, and the latency is a time delay between when you send some data and when that data is then received at the other end. Now, there are three typical types and causes of latency. So there's one that's called transmission latency, and this is caused by the physical media, the transmission that the data is traveling down. Okay, so for example, wireless has a greater transmission latency than wired typically. Okay, now you've also got processing latency. That's the time delays caused by the data being processed by any hardware it's traveling through, like routers or servers. So they're separate. It's a separate type of latency. They're all latency, but there's different types. And then you've also got propagation latency, which is the time delay caused by actual data going through logic gates. Okay, so there are three types of latency. It's worth noting. You could get a question where it says, this is one type of latency. Please name me another, or please name and explain me another. But essentially, latency, you do need to understand latency itself, which is just the time delay. Now, common confusion is with some of these other words, which I want to try and explain, and so that you understand that there's relationships between them, that they're not the same thing. So latency isn't just lag. Okay, so lag is the experience of something being slow to a user, but this isn't always caused by latency. It most commonly probably is, but it can also be caused by things like overloads on processors and things like that, which isn't actual. It slows up a connection, slows up, but it doesn't slow up the transmission. It's just that something is being overloaded. So lag is more of an experience. Latency is something more specific. Then you've obviously got latency, which, like I said, is the time delay between the signal getting sent and it being received. And then you've also got ping. Now, ping is something that you can do in networking, where you can ping another computer. Okay, and when you ping a computer, you ping it and you get a response. Okay, it's a two-way communication, which is why it can't be known as latency. It's not the same. Latency is just talking about when it's sent to when it's received. Well, ping is when you send something and then it has to travel all the way back as well. Not necessarily through the same path, but it travels all the way back. So you're receiving a response as well. So it isn't the same as latency. So hopefully you now understand what latency is and also what it isn't.